Number 54.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Charles, and we are live right now from the Cruise Mojo page, broadcasting to the Norwegian Cruise Line Latitudes members page. This is Chuck, and with me is my good pal, as always, Dirk Breakbush. What's up, Dirk?
Well, it's tough to be a legend, but doing well. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July.
Oh, glad you're here. Yeah, it's been was interesting. Did you do anything interesting, Dirk? 4th of July?
Yeah, you know, after I found out that they scrapped Taco Tuesday, since all the days running into each other, we had Taco Sunday, Taco Saturday.
Oh, that's nice. I went out. I took my kids we went out to my sister's house for the first time. She lives in South Jersey. So I haven't seen her since Christmas, and it's the first time, really the second time my kids have been out of the house during this whole thing. To an event like that, a get together with with family or with friends. So it was a nice time. It was nice to see my sister and her family, and my 2 nieces that were there, and they live in South Jersey in this beautiful place. And the only thing, she's been in this house, Dirk, for like 16 years, and she lived on a wooded lot. Do you know what that is?
Yeah,
wooded
sure.
lot is. So she lived on a wooded lot. And I always thought that land was protected. Like, I thought it was state land for some reason. Apparently, there's somebody owns it, and
What state?
New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
And they cut down. They just like during the whole COVID crisis, I guess they took advantage of it. I'm sure they had the proper permissions from the town. But they certainly seized the opportunity during that whole crisis to cut down probably about four acres of trees behind her. So
Wow.
there was only like a smattering of trees left right behind her house, and she lives on a cul-de-sac. And so as you move up the block, there's one poor guy that has no trees behind his house. He had no fence, no trees. So as he walks out of his yard, he just sees the entire new open field there. And they went in there with these big machines, and they tore the trees out of the ground, and they shook them, and a good bunch of them they just cut up into mulch. And they're still on the property. They're still in the process of doing it. So she was very upset when she told me about it a little bit earlier, a couple of weeks ago. And I went out there. I imagined it to be much worse than what it was. So I thought it to be worse. The only reason why her house was spared is because their property line goes a little bit further back than her neighbors, and when they put their fence up, they put it up before the property line. So she still has some trees in the back of her house. But still, beautiful time. Had a great day. It was nice celebrating the 4th of family. And it's nice to see everybody here. I don't think we got a big audience tonight, Dirk, because maybe the holiday weekend, lots of people went away. Unless I didn't post it correctly.
Charles, talking about property lines, I know what he means because my neighbor got arrested for growing the marijuana plants on his property.
You're kidding?
Yeah,
Mariana or marijuana?
Marijuana plants. And
yeah.
Then I noticed that the property line was wrong.
It was on your property?
Well, I didn't say that, but
oh my goodness, maybe it wasn't your neighbor at all. Who knows? But yeah, we had a nice time. It was very nice to see everybody again and to get out of the house. It still is nerve-wracking, though. It was
Chuck,
a little nerve-wracking.
Chuck, I know because we had about 50 acres in Mackenzie, which is about an hour and a half from Mackenzie, and Margaret's parents and her dad owned all the property, and a lot of that was wooded, which he sold a parcel to a wood harvesting company. And I watched them one day, and it is nerve-wracking the way they go through there, mark the trees which are good, and which are no good for anything. And man, I'll tell you one thing, it's unbelievable. And how fast
I
it is
can't
too.
believe it. I got some video of it. I actually, of course, I took my drone there yesterday and I was flying around with my drone. Oh, we got something going on with the video. Hey, Ron's here. What's up, Ron? Nice
Hey,
to see you,
Ron.
Ron. Ron from Texas joins us. Hey, man, how's it going? It was definitely. I took my drone. I took some footage. It was pretty. The devastation is pretty bad. And the drone, I had it. You can't tell. The one thing about the drone, if there's no scale, like you have a hard time, like judging what's on screen. So there were piles of trees. They actually look like weeds because the scale of the video was so turned around. You know, the scale of the video, there was no perspective. So the
Hey,
trees look
Karen
like
wants to
weeds sticking
discuss.
out.
Karen wants to discuss cruising.
Hi, Karen. Yes, let's discuss cruising. I wish I could go on a cruise. This summer is going to be cruiseless for me, and I have no prospects. I don't feel good about booking a cruise yet. I know many of you out there have cruises booked, but I just don't have the
But you
courage
know,
to book one.
but you know, Charles, better crewless than clueless.
That's true. Did you have a couple booked, right? For next spring?
Yeah. Yeah. February out of New Orleans, Eastern Caribbean,
Oh, that's
which
wonderful.
I moved from October, November, excuse me, from November, and I
Yeah,
moved it to February.
yeah, I didn't have anything booked. I got very lucky. I did have a cruise booked during the whole COVID, right at the dawn of COVID. I had a cruise booked for this July, and I was approaching my. Is it the 90-day cancellation? Is it 90 days to cancel to get a full refund?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I was approaching that. I believe it's 90. It's either 90 or 120. It's kind of up there. I was approaching that date, and I just thought I needed to cancel because there were so many unknowns, and I think I made the right decision. So I canceled it. I got a 100% refund, and I would like to go in the near future. I would like to go next spring, but I don't think I'll be 100% feel good about it until there's a vaccine. And I think probably by April, Dirk, there will be one. Everything that I'm reading is indicating that there'll be a vaccine by April. Ron is telling me the audio is in and out. All right, Ron, thank you. Hold on, man. I'll try to straighten this out real quick. Thanks, Ron. This happens occasionally when there's bandwidth issues. All right. It should be better, Ron. Yeah, I was going to go in the Haven, Dirk. My first time in the Haven.
All
This year.
right.
Yeah,
Now
I
you're
was.
cooking. Now you're
But
cooking.
oh, it's still buffering. We still have some issues. Oh wait, it'll straighten out now. It should straighten out now.
You know, for the longest time, I didn't realize that there was a rest of the ship.
He's so spoiled. He's so spoiled. But I was looking forward to it. I was so looking forward to that trip. No more. So we canceled. And I was mentioning before we had some technical issues, I was mentioning that it looks like they're going to have a vaccine by the end of the year, Dirk. I'm not sure if I mentioned this on the show last week, did I?
No, you didn't.
So it looks like Pfizer and this biotech company teamed up. And they are projecting they're starting human trials in July. They have a very promising vaccine candidate, and they're starting human trials this July, and they're going to measure what the outcome is for this vaccine, and if it's successful, which they anticipate it will be, they'll have 100 million doses by the end of the year.
Wow.
Yep. And then by the end of 2021, they'll have 1 billion doses. So it looks very good. It looks very promising that this is going to happen. Ron, let me know how it's going. Let me know if it's still working. Let me know if it's smooth or if there's issues. It looks smooth to
With
me, but the
sound?
screen hasn't transitioned to the screen that I have on there. We may have dropped. We may have dropped, Dirk. Because this should have caught up by now.
Yeah. You got the marine traffic map up now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we only got mail.
All right, let's see if this fixes it.
I got please stand by.
Yeah, I put the standby logo on.
High sunset.
What is going on? No, live stream's not working. No, there's a problem with. Let me try this one.
What's
There
your
we go.
provider?
Joe's internet service.
Really?
No.
I thought it was Dan. I thought it was Dan's internet service.
Dan's internet service. No, this isn't working. No. It says we're live. We have some viewers. No, but it's not connecting. Folks, can you hear me? Do we have any viewers? Alright. We're gonna... Oh, wait a second. Now I just see that they heard me. I'm gonna try to start this up again then. Still streaming here. Let me reset
Have
this.
a question or did you put this? Have a question or comment type in the chat?
Yeah, that's
what,
part of the intro.
Okay, I mean that's what the thing is now. Okay, only positive vibe. Yep. Just want to make sure that I'm on the right page.
Yeah, we have to. Yeah, there's some issue, man. Damn it! I hate when that happens.
The live view of New York Harbor. Is it Ellis Island?
Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones on there.
It looks like Ellis Island.
Cruise Mojo. What number are we on?
54.
54. Something happened to my computer, man. It's like... Alright, we're gonna try this again, Dirk. Let's see what happens. All right. It looks like we're live now.
Good.
All right, folks. It looks like we're live. We're back up live, Dirk. We are trying to get this going again. It looks like one of our intermediaries is what the issue is. Intermediary is one of our streaming services that restreams to other platforms. So I just want to make sure that we're going smoothly here. Yeah, people are texting me on the page. All right, what do we got going on? Anybody
got my
back?
text?
Oh, I don't think so. You sent it where? Directly to the page? Yeah, I got a notification that you sent me something.
You got my text?
I'm looking for it. I don't see it.
I said, hi, everybody.
Oh. Hold on, let me see. Oh, here we go. We're back. Yeah, we got people listening. Hi, everybody. Okay, it looks like we're good. Thank you. Hi, Mark. Mark Senior's on. Okay, it looks like we're back, and we have an audience, and things are building. Maybe not perfectly. Mark, let me know if... there we go. All right, some people are responding. All right, very good. So let me just check in real time what this looks like. Yeah, people are texting me on my phone. Okay. All right, sounds good. It looks like we're good, Dirk. It looks like we're okay. All right.
Right.
So we were just talking, Dirk, about Pfizer, and Pfizer teamed up with a biotech company, and that they are, it looks like it's going to have 100 million doses of vaccine by December, and then over 1 billion doses by December of 2021. So that's good news. And hopefully it's an effective vaccine. So we'll see what happens when it comes around. Hey, Karen, welcome back. Thank you very much. Karen asked earlier, Dirk, about a transatlantic in the fall, and I think you and I were both not optimistic about it. A little pessimistic, you would say, wouldn't you think?
Well, yeah, I think the major thing is that the numbers, our numbers in the U.S., if they maintain or don't go down drastically, they want to close not just the ports but also the airports to U.S. passport holders.
Yeah, we just in New York City, they just implemented in New York State, and I think the tri-state area, they're preventing people who are coming from these designated states, Florida, Texas, California, a few other states. You have to self-quarantine for 14 days. And they won't let us travel. So even if I, as a healthcare professional, go from here to Florida, when I come back, I have to listen. Yeah, I have to self-quarantine. Hey, Andrew's here. What's up, Andrew? Andrew's driving. He's got 3 hours to go. That's some hike, Andrew. I guess a lot of people traveled this weekend, Dirk.
Yeah.
A lot of people went out over here. Over here, it's still New Yorkers, I'd have to say, are pretty good with the rules. Aside from, a few of those videos you see on the internet. Did you see a couple of those videos, Dirk? People wearing masks and people yelling at them?
Yeah.
People not wearing masks, and then they say, hey, why don't you wear a mask? And next thing you know, some maniac goes off on them. A couple of them in New York. That's why I stay quiet. That's why I don't say anything. You can't talk to anybody anymore. But, Dirk, there are a couple of ships in interesting positions here. Have you looked at the map?
They're all over the place, but my buddy just got home to Goa, and then from there went on to Mumbai.
Yeah, there's there's one of the ships. The Escape is leaving now. It must have just left Mumbai. It's right off just south of India. Right now.
It went from Goa. It went Goa to Mumbai.
So that was. I don't think I've ever seen a ship off the coast of India like this.
The Indian Ocean.
Southern India.
Yeah.
Just west of Sri Lanka is the Escape. And we have a bunch of them anchored, and one of them actually is anchored outside the Panama Canal. but this is a Regent ship. About to go through the Panama Canal. Either it's about to go through or it just came out. It's going to Jamaica. Oranjestad. Oh, that's Aruba, right? Oranjestad. Oranjestad, I believe, is Aruba. So
that's Oranjestad is Aruba.
Yeah, so it must have.
It's the capital of Aruba.
Right. So it must have just came through the Panama Canal. Now it's anchored in Limon Bay, just hanging out with many other ships that are there. Wow, I'm a little thrown off by that technical problem, Dirk. Whenever that happens, it always throws me off, and I start sweating.
You cool. Take a towel.
Oh, Tom is here. What's up, Tom? Ron says audio good now. Thank you, Ron. Mark Sr. thinks that no cruises will leave until January 2021. You know what, Mark? I don't know, but I think you're probably right. And Tom Henry's coming from Orlando tonight. You know, Dirk, I've been looking at real estate in Florida. Did you ever think about buying property in Florida?
Hell no.
I've been looking feverishly.
Don't.
Why not?
Well, I'll tell you what. We looked at property in the Mobile area, the coast down there.
Yeah.
It's beautiful down there. We go there every year at least 2 or 3 times, and we love it.
Oh, in Orange Beach.
But yeah.
You're talking about? Yeah.
But you know that's Alabama, but then you drive 2 miles, you're in Florida. So,
yep.
And that's where the famous bars and restaurants are.
Floribama.
Right on the line.
You're telling me, yeah.
Floribama, yeah, that's it. And of course, you got a big base down there too, Navy base.
I'm looking. I just brought up a map right now. So how come you're not a fan of Florida, Dirk?
I never liked Florida.
No, do you want to expand on that?
Yeah, I call it God's waiting room, and I'm too young.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's why? Because of the stigma, you think, for retirees?
Well, you know, I have too many friends. They moved down to the Orlando area, the Villages, which is good.
I don't think I'd ever go to the Villages.
But that is man, I tell you, the problem with the Villages is they're like 6, 7, or 8 different ones with golf courses, and they all got homeowners associations. But the biggest problem is the guy that owns all of it got veto rights at every homeowners association. So regardless of what they decide,
at the Villages,
the owner doesn't like it.
The Villages,
the owner doesn't like it, huh?
The owner of the Villages, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Now, he's got the veto rights, so you know whatever the homeowners decide.
It doesn't matter, right?
I mean, it's that big, Charles. They even got a bridge over the interstate to connect the different properties.
Wow.
And most of the traffic is golf carts.
I know. Yeah, I know. I've seen that. No, but I've been seriously looking at it. I've even thinking about moving, like going there permanently, with taking my kids.
That's Orange Beach.
I saw. Yeah. I'm seriously thinking about it. I'm weighing the positives and the negatives.
Hey, Charles, I had my open heart surgery in Panama City.
Panama City, Florida?
Yeah.
That's you had an emergency, right? You had to get back?
No, not that. That was when we were on vacation in Destin a few years back, and they said I had a heart attack, and 3 days later, I had open heart surgery. That was in Panama City.
Wow.
I'll tell you one thing. So if you have a heart attack, Florida's a good place because with the aging population, they got excellent excellent hospitals.
They do have Tampa General is one of the best hospitals in the United States. And there's Mount Sinai has a campus in Miami.
Right.
I don't know. I'm thinking about it. The problem is, everybody you talk to has a different opinion about where you should go. You
Of
know what I
course.
mean? Everybody has a town. Everybody says this place is the best. This place is the best. I'm so confused. I have no idea. I have no idea if I do go down or get a property there where I should go. I probably should go near 95 on the east coast of Florida because that goes right back up to New York in the event I want to visit my family. But I don't know how significant that is, and when you're looking for property, I'm not sure. Mark Senior says too many hurricanes in Florida.
Oh, Panhandle is. I mean, Panhandle is the same way.
Everywhere, yeah. That whole area of the United States is subject to hurricanes. Tom has some is asking if he's crazy. He rebooked the canceled Joy Cruise August 2021 to the Sky August 29th, 2021, and he booked his excursions already. That's a
That's
good
my
deal.
man.
Zero
My
cost with the
man.
perk. That's awesome, Tom. You're braver than I. You're an optimist. I was talking to a family member at one time. I was thinking about I was looking at, I have a very low risk tolerance, even with my investments and everything. And the problem is I'm a perpetual pessimist. Tom must be an optimist. I know he's a pretty successful guy, so I think most successful people are optimists. Dork, what do you think?
I take the fifth.
um, yeah, so I had a family member years ago when I was thinking about starting a business. I think I'd be so stressed out because I'm such a pessimist. I don't know if I can make it. Will is saying at 95 easy access north. Yeah, I know I'll be in Florida in some way or something like Florida in some way in the future. I just don't know when is a good time. You know, and you know what they say about plans. What is that? God laughs at your plans or something like that. So you never know.
So coming back to cruising, I think, and of course, looking at my crystal ball, the way everything looks, the way the crews are spread back home, all over the world, uh, I have a hinge that nothing is going to happen this year
I think you're right.
because it's not just if the cruise lines are ready, it's if the countries are ready, if the ports are open.
Yeah.
Since this pandemic is worldwide, and a lot of it doesn't depend if the U.S. is okay. They say depends on the CDC. It doesn't depend on the CDC. It depends, I think, on the pandemic and the world numbers. Because any given country and any given port, if that country's numbers rocket, uh, they're going to close the port.
Yeah.
So it's
And I,
that's a
I think they
problem.
can't risk that. That's what gets me worried about the cruise industry, Dirk. Is let's say they start up cruising again, and there's an
And
outbreak. They're gonna be all over
then
the news. It's gonna be
and
so
then the ports are
negative.
closed.
The
Yeah.
ports are gonna close. The travel will be restricted. It will be such a negative spin on the industry because the media is gonna eat that up. The media will eat that up, and they'll demonize the cruise industry. I think they're being very cautious. I happen to think you're right, Dirk. I think
What I
until the
have,
vaccines, here's my prediction: they're gonna come out like if all goes well and God is on our side or whatever the architect of the universe, whatever you want to call the supreme being, if you believe in that, and we have doses coming out in by the end of this year, right? I'm sure they're going to prioritize. Let's say they're 100 million, right? How many people in the United States? I think 360 million. So you
uh,
figure
give
100 million. Go ahead.
give one or two. Yeah.
100 million. They're gonna probably vaccinate. I would say 60 and over first, maybe lower, maybe 50 and over.
Well,
So
the thing is, Charles, regardless, I tell you, I think with that vaccine, it's going to be the same thing with the flu shots. People know that there are 100,000 dying of the flu, and they just reject any kind of shots. So I think it's going to be the same thing with the if they got that antidote for coronavirus. Not all people going to
even less
uh,
people, I
uh,
think,
use,
than the flu
yeah.
shot, because there's going to be a new vaccine. People are going to be so worried about it. You know, people gotta
But
be worried about.
what I read on the international cruising market is that some of the Norwegian cruises starting up, going to uh, uh, UK to Norway. So internally, I think European cruises going to start up within Europe, but and but I think that the international, that's like transatlantic and Pacific, et cetera, I think that's going to take to at least next year. It's, like I said, that's a crystal ball, nothing else.
320 million people. Thanks, Ron. 320 million people in the U.S. Dirk. It is a crystal ball. We have no idea, but I could tell you, I'm sure they're gonna go whatever it is. They're gonna open up slowly. They're gonna open up carefully. And I saw a couple of people in the group this week, in the Norwegian Cruise Line Latitudes members group, were posting they should start just sailing from Miami and New York to their private island and back, so they don't got to worry about ports. I bet you a lot of people would do that.
Oh yeah.
I bet you if things were reasonably safe and maybe the ship would be at 50% capacity instead of totally empty, I bet you, if they said 50% capacity, I might do it. I don't think I'd eat in the buffet, but I might do a 50% capacity cruise if the prices are comparable with a full cruise, which who knows if that's going to happen. And with face masks, no buffet, I think I might try it. Are you brave enough to try that? I'm a little bit lower risk than you.
I think the thing is so, Charles, with even the restriction they're going to have prior to boarding, as far as filling out a health formula, taking your temperature, you have to wear a face mask. We got the problem right now. People don't wear a face mask, and I've seen a lot of the comments on our side that people say, if I have to face mask, I ain't going to travel.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta wear it. It just
I don't
is
know
better
what
for
it is.
everybody.
I don't know what it is. I mean, everybody's right to do or not to do, but Memphis, for example, we got in the Shelby County, which is around Memphis. We have to wear a face mask in public.
Yeah, you got us too. Everybody here does. Everybody in the New York metropolitan area has to wear a face mask in public, even if they're outside.
They don't find individuals, but they will find businesses that allow people without a face mask. So they also increase security at the entrances, because there are a lot of people, starting fighting and arguing, et cetera, et cetera. So they follow through because they get such high fines. That's why they also increase security. I mean, like at the airport, you don't follow the rules, you don't go anywhere.
Right.
You want to go in the supermarket and you want to buy food, you wear a face mask.
I've been getting everything delivered. It's getting so expensive, though.
We do the same thing.
Yeah. Do you find the prices higher with I know you use the same app as I do. Are the prices equal, or are they a little bit higher?
I use Instacart, and I think the only thing, I get free deliveries. And what's the interesting thing is that you don't have to be a Costco member in order to order from Costco through the service. And with Instacart, you don't have to be a Costco member. And I'm sure
that's
the same
cool.
goes.
Oh, really? I gotta see. I'm not sure if
they
do it. I'm not sure if they do it from Costco. Does it from here? I'm checking out to see if there's any kind of problem. I just started streaming into the background.
And the thing is, the only extra charge, is we tip 50%. We tip 20% of the value of our purchases, because that's how much we would tip in a restaurant.
Man. Having issues again.
And the shoppers being great, and it's well worth it paying 20%. Like I said, they work harder than a waiter does in a restaurant. You'll go shopping for an hour and a half, constantly looking for stuff and packing stuff. So that's really the only thing that cost us more. And my wife said, I'd be gladly paying 20%. I don't have to go shopping.
We got started to have buffering issues again. I think we fixed it. I think I fixed it. Let's see what happens if it transitions back. I find the Instacart prices to be a little bit more expensive than the supermarket. I haven't done a comparison. My supermarket used to deliver no charge. $10 charge, but oftentimes there was oftentimes there was something you could if you qualify, you would get free delivery. Yeah, we're getting all kinds of problems here, Dirk. Bruni's here. What's up, Bruni? There's a couple of things I want to say. We have a nurse as an insider. We have a registered nurse listening, and welcome, Karen. I know you've been on, and thank you for all your contributions to this show and to the group. And Karen says the plan is for 65 and over first, Dirk, and then after that, those who have some comorbid condition like diabetes, hypertension, etc., and I'm sure COPD is among that.
Oh yeah.
And then healthcare workers. Those are going to be the primary. And I think, you know what, once that's done, the risk for everybody else is probably going to be much, much lower than that. Thanks, Karen, for that. I appreciate that. Ron corrected me if I haven't read it already. 320 million in the U.S. I mentioned 360 before.
And thanks for your service, Karen.
Thanks for your work, Karen. Look, I'm right there with you, but I'm not on the front line, so thanks for all that you do, Karen. Ron saying the Caribbean ports look safe. I'm not sure, Ron. I haven't looked at the COVID data, but it's much lower than it is in the United States and the Caribbean, and I'm sure they want to keep it that way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it's safe for us to go there, but I don't know if it's safe for them, Ron, and we'll see how that shakes out. I'm sure in the next coming months. Bruni's here. What's up, Bruni? Texas requires masks in public. Thank you, Ron. Yes, I wouldn't expect anything less from Texas. I love Texas.
Well, but that just happened, and they were the first one that opened everything up. So same as Florida. And
same as
unfortunately,
Florida.
they're paying the price now. Unfortunately.
Well, there's some mixed reviews on that. They're saying that the incidence is increasing because testing is increasing, and Florida was a little bit late to the game.
Yeah, Charles,
I don't know how true. I haven't read.
Charles, the more cars you got in the road, the more accidents you have, right?
Right.
The less cars you got on the road, the less accidents.
Right.
So if we don't have no cars on the road, we have no accidents. I mean, that's baloney. Of course.
I don't know. I have to see. You have
What
to
they
look at the
say
data.
what they say percentage-wise, which you should look at, is that we are higher, 8 to 15%.
You know what? In
were.
New York, during the peak of the crisis in New York, they were saying as many as 20 to 30% of the population in New York had it, tested positive for it. But that they were lower in reagents, so we only were testing people who were symptomatic and came to the ED. We weren't really testing anybody else. Very, very little. Tom is saying, did you see we did a cruise on Wednesday out of Port Canaveral? I did see that, Tom. I saw you posted some pictures, but it wasn't a cruise ship. It looked more like a ferry, Tom, but I'll take it. Tom. I'm right there with you, man. I saw them. Very nice.
Hey, Thomas, did they have duty free?
Very cool. I looked at some Port Canaveral real estate, Tom. I am like, you know what bugs me, Dirk, about a lot of property in Florida. There's the HOA fees, the condo, or you're in a community and you got to pay those fees. I don't know if I could bring myself to pay those fees. That's so annoying. I've
You
never
think they're
paid those.
high? Look at California; they're even higher.
Oh, really? No. I mean,
Oh,
the housing, what do they call it? Maintenance fees for the condos. Like, I looked at a couple of condos that I thought would be very nice, and they were very reasonably priced and good locations. But the HOA fees are like $700-800 a month.
Oh yeah, that's nothing. With our Orange Beach one is $950 a month.
That's everything though. That's the rent, right?
Oh, that is no. That is just the HOA fee, which includes everything, including internet, including landscaping, the pool
Oh my
upkeep.
God, are you kidding?
The only thing you pay is electricity. Everything else, maintenance, everything else is included in that monthly fee.
Dirk, we're having some major problems tonight with buffering. I don't know what in the world it is. Oh, Ron is saying the Caribbean's open for tourism now. I was mistaken. Thanks, Ron.
Yeah. Small ship at 4 decks. Well, that's pretty darn good.
That's nice. I don't know. I don't know if you guys can hear us anymore. We're having some major technical issues tonight. Some real internet streaming problems, and I'm taking a look and trying to figure it out. But it looks like it's being very persistent, Dirk. Whatever the issue is, we got something happening here.
You think it's a bug?
Some kind of bug. You know what? Let me just get to these couple of this one article that I thought was interesting, sent to me by our good friend Andrew, who always sends me some interesting content. Why are cruise ships painted white, Dirk?
Because they can.
No, this is a serious question. There's a real answer.
Well, how come that the Virgin ones are painted red?
Oh, well, I don't know, but the cruise ships are white, allegedly, according to this article, to help with cooling the ship out in the open water. They reflect the light and they help with cooling. So Virgin may have a problem. Maybe they have some kind of special coating on it.
Well,
but,
you know,
yeah.
that's they want
Another
to be
downside to that ship.
They want to be known as a red light district.
We should go on that ship just as a goof. Like we'll host our ship on the Virgin ship and totally trash it. I want to go on it just to see how bad it is.
Well, I told
it really got bad reviews.
I told you the test cruise they had with industry members, they got so many negative comments, and those people didn't have to pay for nothing. So if people don't pay, if they think it's not that good, then can you imagine if you pay?
No. Ron brings up a good point. Ron just commented, but you're okay with state/city income tax in New York City. No, Ron. In fact, I hate it. And you talk to any one of my friends, and they'll tell you how much I hate how opposed I am to that nonsense. And it's not only that; it's they nickel and dime you for everything, Ron. Ron, do you know I have to pay for plastic bags here, Dirk?
Yeah.
Like if I go to the supermarket, they charge you for plastic bags if they have it. If they don't have it, they give you these. You have to buy these recyclable bags. These big green bags.
Yep. Same as at Aldi, you pay for the bags.
And everywhere I go, New York City has these cameras that they market as trying to reduce the number of students getting hit by cars a year. But then most of them are nowhere near schools, and they set them at 25 miles an hour. So if you go 25 miles an hour, you're gonna get I get a ticket in the mail, $50. So you know how much I paid the last 2 months in those tickets?
Hey, no telling.
$500.
Whoa!
Because they get you if you're going over 25 miles an hour, they snap a picture of your license plate. I tried to fight it, I lost them. I lost it all, so I had to pay.
Listen, Ron says, aren't Disney ships black?
They are.
Holland America ships are black.
I guess they don't care about cooling off their ships, Ron. According to that article.
Oh, well.
There are problems.
Well, see, the same thing is on airplanes. When they said, like American Airlines said, the metal look, the all metal look.
Yeah.
Because each plane, your medium-sized planes, once it's painted, it's an additional load on the airplane by 600 pounds. But the upkeep on the ones that are stainless is more expensive than the upkeep on the painted ones. So I mean, give or take.
Yeah.
Everything has got his pros and cons, I guess.
No, yeah, I hear you. Tom is saying that the NCL terminal in Miami is going to be completed this month.
Big deal.
Wow. Maybe we'll throw a social distancing party in there. Did you ever follow up with our contacts at Norwegian, Dirk?
Well, yes, he was the voicemail I got that he's not available right now. Please email.
Ah, any response to the email?
Nope.
Well, we'll see. Let's hope he's all right. Yeah, we got some kind of issues, Dirk. We got all kinds of problems here. I think we're gonna end the stream. If it's okay with you.
Sure.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we have so many technical issues tonight. It's kind of made our show a little bit disjointed, so our apologies. Next week we'll be back in full force. Well, maybe we'll do a makeup show if Dirk is up to it. I apologize about the issues tonight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll stream tomorrow, Dirk, or Tuesday, just to kind of touch base with everybody. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us tonight, and thank you for all your contributions to the Norwegian Cruise Line Latitudes members group. This is Cruise Mojo, folks. I'd like you to, if you can, like and follow that Cruise Mojo Facebook page. Check us out on YouTube. We do have a channel on YouTube that streams this same content. So if you have a Fire Stick or a Roku, you could watch it on the big screen and listen to it through your TV. It makes it interesting. We're also available on Apple Podcasts, so if you like us and you want to listen to us in your car, and all our past episodes are on Apple Podcasts, and you could stream them in your car, download them to your iPhone or to your iPod, and listen to the shows. And we're on Amazon Alexa. All you have to do is say, Alexa, please play the Cruise Mojo show, and she'll play the latest episode of Cruise Mojo. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us tonight. And once again, I apologize for all these crazy issues here. We'll get it straightened out, and we're going to stream again hopefully at some point this week. And as always, thanks to my good friend Dirk, who's such a loyal and great partner in this. And Dirk, thank you so much for joining us. Any final thoughts, Dirk?
Well, I think, let's just all pray that the antidotes are quick, and that the rates, the infection rates and death rates are going down, not just in the United States but worldwide. And that's it. I mean, that's a lot. So
same here. All our best to all of you out there. Stay well, stay vigilant. It's not over yet. Don't let your guard down, folks. Wash your hands. You know the deal, what you have to do. Cover your face.
Stay strong.
Be nice to each other. And special thanks to Karen, our for the great healthcare information. Thanks, Karen. So have a good night, folks. We'll see you next week, or possibly